Continuing the Black Clover story, ending before him were the rulers of the first gate. Lilith Nammaha, their power was equal to the combined power of the dark pollution, and now the real battle would begin. The Clover Kingdom was also not spared by Morris's evil, and he sent another giant demon, similar to the one in the Speed Kingdom. The alarm sounded, sending the capital into a state of alert. Julius used the last of his strength to attempt to seal or destroy this monster and enlisted Demant's help in this matter. The demon immediately began launching devastating random attacks that the magic knights could barely deflect. But just in time, Julius arrived and managed to stop an attack that would have wiped out the capital. Julius tried to take advantage of this opportunity to cut off the demon's hand, but he didn't have enough magic, and he reverted to his child form in front of everyone. The Magic Emperor revealed his secret, but the biggest problem was that the demon's next attack could not be stopped by anyone except one person, Asta. He arrived at the last moment and managed to nullify the massive power using the demon settler's sword. Then he combined with Libby and easily slashed through the demon's shield. People couldn't recognize Asta because his appearance was different, and they thought he was another demon coming to destroy the kingdom. However, those close to Asta were able to recognize him. Right. Asta didn't stop, and he continued to fly around the monster, slashing it repeatedly until it fell. All the Clover Kingdom Knights were happy with this victory, except for two people you know who they are. After completing his mission, Asta began thinking of a way to catch up with Nacht and the others as quickly as possible. But suddenly, his transformation disappeared, and he reverted to his normal form. He fell and found the Black Terran waiting for him, and they all headed to the Speed Kingdom to offer support. Meanwhile, the Speed Capital is in grave danger. Demons are invading the place in almost countless numbers. The mages, led by Fugolian, are trying to stop them, but it's not enough. The mages are literally on the verge of collapse. Just in time, reinforcements arrive from the Kingdom of Heart. Noel and the others launch a devastating attack that destroys a large portion of the demon army. Even after the demons emerge stronger, they make no difference. Luck alone literally decapitated 4 of them, all at once. The real problem is the higher demons, whose power is unimaginable. Luck literally shivered as soon as he sensed the aura emanating from the palace, and his instincts were correct. Nacht, the leader of this attack, was between life and death. How did he get to this point? Let's find out. Just minutes before this scene, Lilith and Nammaha stormed into Dante's room and found him enjoying a fight with Nacht and Jack. The two demons wanted to fight Dante because he was the strongest in the room, but fearing Lucifer's reaction, they changed their minds. Nacht knew that fighting these two monsters and Dante at once would be extremely difficult, so he decided to separate them. He combined with his demon and unleashed a powerful sound wave toward Lilith and Nammaha. This sound disoriented them. Nacht took advantage of this opportunity and used his shadows to drag them to another room. Of course, so as not to disturb Jack during their fight. Nacht immediately used Manazan. The entire room was transformed into darkness. Lilith and Nammaha couldn't see anything, so they began launching attacks in all directions, trying to hit Nacht. Nacht managed to dodge all the attacks, then approached and attacked them from behind. He didn't expect his attack to be ineffective. Nacht fell into the trap, his position exposed, but just in time, he retreated and escaped a deadly attack. However, he still didn't escape, which angered the demons. They thought Nacht was mocking them, and this was the result of their anger. But Nacht still had one last card up his sleeve. This genius could unite with 2 demons at once. He summoned Blomedy and Wagner. This union brought him to the level of a supreme demon. But at the same time, he could only use one attack. Nacht believed this spell was invincible. The Eternal Shadow Prison was an intangible prison. Nacht literally decided to sacrifice himself to ensure Lilith and Nammaha's imprisonment, and he succeeded. But the unexpected happened. Lilith and Nammaha, with their magic, destroyed Nacht's spell in the blink of an eye. Nacht couldn't believe his spell was broken. He had thought shadows were intangible, unaffected by fire or ice. But now he understood that the gatekeepers were the ultimate power brokers in the underworld, and even the supreme demons were weaker than them. Lilith and Nammaha decided to end this fight, but before killing Nacht, they tortured him a little, because it was fun for them, and when he stopped screaming, it meant it was time to die. But suddenly, the hand that reached out was cut off. The legendary Asta arrived, literally saving Nacht from certain death. Nacht asked Asta not to waste time here and to go defeat the darkness pollution. Asta refused, canceling the magic that had been consuming his body and telling him, "Thanks to you, I've become stronger. That's why I want you to see the results of my training with your own eyes." Sons of Refuso. Asta then remembered that his time in this form was limited. He only had 5 minutes, and 1 minute had already been lost. This meant he had to defeat Lilith and Nammaha in 4 minutes. On the other side, Nammaha looked at his severed hand. He tried to regenerate it, but couldn't. He trembled, not because he was angry, but because he was amused. He had lived for thousands of years, and this was the first time he'd experienced something like this. Lilith already knew who Lilith and Nammaha were, and he began to laugh, because he was about to fight 2 demons who had previously dared not even come near their location. Asta immediately attacked. Fire and ice magic posed no threat to him, easily negating them, hating them. He managed to get close to Nammaha, but the demon managed to dodge him. Asta again began dodging attacks, but this time he changed his plan. He drew the Demon Destroyer's sword and negated all the surrounding magic at once. Lilith and Nammaha couldn't believe such power existed. Lilith's moment of astonishment literally lasted only seconds, enough for Asta to defeat them. He split Nammaha in 2, one falling, leaving only 1 remaining. Outside the palace, we see a black shard. Nammaha, however, was unable to reattach his body. But before Lilith could die, he performed a powerful trick. Nammaha absorbed the magic and became a single demon named Lilith. His power was literally far greater than their combined strength when they were separated. Nacht felt a suffocating pressure from Lilith, but for Asta, who could not sense magic, he felt no difference. On the contrary, he began to see that the fight had become easier because he could now focus on only 1 demon. He moved again and began to penetrate the magic, trying to reach her, but Lilith no longer cared about the curvature or anything else, and decided to destroy the capital and everything in it. He soared high into the sky and gathered a massive magic ball of fire and ice, larger than the entire capital. For Nacht, Lilith challenged Asta. "Show me how you're going to stop this attack." The magic ball began to fall, and Asta was beneath it, holding a demon slayer sword. Asta literally inflated the sword, its size incredible, and used it to block the magic ball as if playing tennis and pushed it back up. With a demon sword drawn, he unleashed magic-filled attacks that sliced the ball into tiny pieces. Asta quickly rushed towards Lilith, determined to bring him down this time. Lilith felt a strange feeling he'd never felt before, so Libby told him, "This is fear, you bastard." Lilith realized he was in a vulnerable position and decided to run away, wasting time until his union was over. Asta tried to catch up, but Lilith was faster. Lilith smiled and thought he was finally saved, but suddenly, Nacht appeared beside him and stopped him. Asta didn't let the opportunity pass and cut Lilith in half. Lilith couldn't believe what had happened to him, but regret would be of no use now. And with that, he declared the death of the first gate rulers. Asta and Libby smiled in celebration of this achievement. Nacht smiled and told Asta, "You've done well, but you still haven't reached full union." Asta, on the other hand, was happy that Nacht was okay. Here the episode ends. Don't forget to subscribe and like. It means a lot to me.